Good morning and welcome back. In this video we are installing our F45 Fiamma awning. So I think it's 4.5 meters long. It got really messy, I'm not gonna lie, and complicated installing this awning. It seems to be the common theme with this bus. Nothing is straightforward. Basically, when we're installing the bracket for the awning that holds it in place, it needs to be installed on a straight 90-degree angle, and as you know, the bus has a curved roof at the top there, so we had to get creative with packers and whatnot, trying to basically make sure that the bracket is at a 90-degree angle. I don't know what others have done in this situation. To be honest, I didn't actually watch any tutorials on this. I probably should have, but yeah, so this is probably a how to not install your awning and not so much a how-to tutorial. But we got there in the end and it works, so that's the main thing. And we also have finally installed our reverse cam. We got a Pioneer reverse cam and a Sony Head Unit, and we are very grateful that we have an auto electrician next door, so he was able to kind of hook up the head unit for us. We just had to run the cables through the conduit behind that shiplapping. We just had to run the cabling behind the shiplapping here in a conduit and across and all the way down, as you'll see in this video, and through the door here. So it feels good that we have finally ticked off these big items off our list. The next 2 or 3 videos will be about our plumbing and electrical setups, so stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoy this video. So today we're going to be putting up the awning. When I say me, well, when I say we, I mean Dad.
It's my lunch break.
Yeah, and you're 1 minute to go, mate. Lunch break. That's what's going to be in today's video, us doing the awning. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, but we'll see how we go. It is the Fiamma F45s model, and it's 4.5 meters long. Oh, what are you doing?
It's the manual model. Got to use a bit of muscle power.
Yeah, so it's the manual one where you have to roll it in and out with that tool thingy. So what does it come with, Jimbo?
Just mounting brackets.
The mounting bracket.
It actually supplies you pegs, but I don't know if you'd be using those pegs. That's on windy conditions. It doesn't supply the string, but I think they've got an aftermarket seat to be able to tie it down more securely.
Are these what go inside?
Yeah.
So they're what goes inside the
reinforce the roof.
Yeah, and what are these?
They're on the external, so that's the actual mounts to the bus, and then the awning mounts in there, and you drill a couple of 6mm holes, or 6mm holes, mount the awning to the brackets.
So it's just a little bit narrower than the door, like basically it'll come to the very back here, and it'll come just short of like completely 100mm off the front of the door, so it'll cover most of the door. We were looking at the 5-meter versions, but we just said, you know what, 4.5 is fine. We were mainly concerned that this back area is actually going to be closed off, because I don't know if I've mentioned, but we're making a pull-out table mechanism here so that we can sit and cook like in this section, so we really wanted that covered. And the door, yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to have it all covered, but it is what it is. So 4.5 meters it was, and we went with the Fiamma, I don't know how to say it, the Fiamma, because we didn't like the look of most of them. What are those arms called? Where, I don't know, most of them had they weren't tent poles, like we like the ones that are the tent poles. So we didn't like the legs that came off the bus. So this was pretty much the only one of the only ones that we saw that were actually the ones that you pull out and can use like a tent pole. So that's why we went with the Fiamma.
Time off in windy conditions.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're a little bit flimsier, but we're just going to bring them in when it's super windy. So hopefully it's all good.
Because the bus has got, it's all curved, there's no flat surfaces. Fiamma do a mounting kit, but we didn't think it would give us the right angle, so I'm going to try and work out how I'm going to pack the bracket to make the awning parallel or with the side of the bus is square, so be able to get the bracket to sit like that. You let the bracket just lie on the side of the bus. What happens is the awning doesn't when it comes out, it doesn't have, it won't have enough slope. They recommend to try and mount them as close to parallel or to the side of the bus, not to the roof line. Went to Bunnings again and just got these wedges.
So your dad's just pre-drilling the black wedges so that they fit nicely.
It's a polyurethane construction adhesive, 227.
Yeah, why
Sick of just to help with water sealing and just to bond the wedges to the roof. Plus I'll probably run along some underneath the bracket once we mount it.
So, change of plans. So we have the packers in, or the wedges in behind. I don't really know if you can see, but it still was leaning back a bit with the curve of the bus. So what we're gonna do with this next one that goes up near the door is we're gonna add in another wedge that we bought. See that grey one there? It is a bit of faffing around, but the black wedges didn't work as well as we liked. And you can see that that one sits a bit straighter. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna add the silver wedge in. I'm gonna take these top screws off and give that a go. All right, so we actually stopped filming yesterday just because we were having a bit of a nightmare. As I think I explained yesterday, we're using builders wedges, I think they're called. So we had these are both grey, but we had a black one and a grey one. The black one was 22 mil and the grey one was 20 mil. We probably should have just bought maybe like a 25 mil. I'm in the shadow there, but that's basically what we did. We just put two wedges together like so, like we pre-stuck them together. The aim of this was to straighten out this awning bracket because we initially tried different things. We tried one bracket and it was still leaning way too far back. So the two seemed to do the trick, and this is just 227 glue that we've used to seal it all. Once we got the hang of it, it didn't take too long. It was just finding the magic trick. There's 4 builder's blocks here and then 4 here. The bracket comes with just these 2 holes here. So we had to drill 2 more holes so that we could drill into the bottom of the builder's blocks so that this was sturdy and it wouldn't come up. So that's been drying overnight, so you can see the back one, the middle one, and this is the front one, and this is the end of the awning. So that is how it's looking. I'm sorry that we didn't film the actual process as such, just it was a bit frustrating. It was a lot of trial and error. Something that should have taken like an hour or 2 to set up these brackets took us like a day, so we just wanted to get it done. But I hope my explanation makes sense of what we did to get that bracket on this curved bus as straight as possible. And just to show you the inside, it looks very, very messy. The 227 glue. This plate was supplied by Fiamma, as you can see, their name on it. Bottom one, as I mentioned, we had to drill 2 more holes on the bottom. So this was our plate and our bolts. When we were tightening it, it was actually flattening this, and it was flattening the bracket on the front of the bus. So we also put builder's wedges here to stop that from happening. So very messy job, but it did the trick. So you can see those builder's blocks there. Fiamma supply these so that you can basically cover up on the inside, but we bought longer screws so this won't go on anyway. And as well, we're covering it up with shiplapping anyway, so you won't see that. But they do supply these if you wish to use them. We're going to put the awning up now. We're just literally going to place it on the brackets. You need 2 people to lift it up. And you can see there's a little groove at the top here, so that will slot on top there. once you've placed it up there, which we've just done, you have to undo it a tiny bit so that you can get the nuts in to secure it. As you can see, we've put it out just a tiny bit. So now we're going to get those nuts, these ones here, put their supply and secure it on. Look who it is. Outback Jimbo. And he's got the awning up. Wow.
See what it looked like.
So this is the awning out. Not fully because we didn't have enough space, but as you can see, I'm pretty happy with the size. There's space under here.
So then what I do is I just wind it back slowly. And when the legs get sort of like that, I just come over here, just pick the legs up. Something like that.
Does it feel sturdy, like when you're winding it and that?
Yeah. Like I said. And then when I get to where I think it's about a metre from being in all the way, it's about there somewhere. And then you can take this plastic off, but I won't do it right now. You got there's little knobs here. Retract the legs. Do that up a little bit, otherwise it'll rattle loose and you'll lose them, I'd say. But it's got a funny swivelly thing here. You've got to, when you bring it up, it pushes like, I don't know. So that's, it's got to push back in, and then it's got a little crack here. Clips in. Really cheap. It up and then push it in.
Be a spokesperson for a Fiamma.
Then you clip it in there. Well, luckily it just misses the door.
What do you mean?
Just here.
Ah, that was a fluke. And it covers this door well. Well, just about.
It's got these two little red indicators. Just touch it.
Yeah, they click in that red.
And those are red indicators, I think. If it's not.
Yeah. It goes in once it's. So this is the head unit that we went for. We got it because it said rear camera ready, and Sony is a pretty good brand. And it works with Apple CarPlay. So comes a remote. And this is our reverse cam. It's really small. It is a Pioneer that we got. We've heard they're a good brand and they're weatherproof, so that's why we went with this one.
Weather resistant.
Weather resistant, sorry, not weatherproof, weather resistant. So we're just working out all this wiring and where to put this bad boy.
What we call an electrical snake. So I'm just feeding it through the conduit to where the conduit comes out on the other side of the shower, so we can.
This is the snake.
Then pull the wire back through.
Yay! We got it! We got it!
Well, I'm taping this to the actual to the electric snake, and we're going to pull it back and feed the wire back through the conduit. Keep going. Yeah, keep going. Okay, good.
So this is it coming out the other end. Oh! I lost it. Not funny. Now what? It's actually like pulling. Put this in. How far? Now what? So we're just in the process of installing our reverse cam. So what we need to do, because we want it right near the number plate, it's not a wide angled lens, so that's the best position for it. So we're just using a hole saw to drill through the back door into the bus. As I've shown, we've been passing the wires through the conduit, which is behind the shiplapping, to the front of the bus. So we're just about to drill the hole now for that, so that we can connect it up. We actually had to pull back the wire that we originally pulled through here so that we could add in this red wire. We luckily have an auto electrician next door, and he wired this up for us. He hasn't finished yet because we've got to do the reverse cam first. He gave us this red wire, so we had to feed that through with it all the way around, as you can see. So once we position the reverse cam, we can finish wiring this up and install it. That's the small hole we just drilled, so we can feed the wire through.
Sideways? No, that's upside down.
That's it there. We obviously still need to put the trim on, but the picture quality on the reverse cam is good, and unbeknownst to us, we had no speakers. I don't know why we kind of missed that. I don't know if we took them out in the strip out, but we just quickly ran to Super Cheap Auto and bought these Pioneer speakers, 6.5 inch, and they work well. So we're just going to find a place to mount them. They're already connected up by the auto electrician. We just need to put the trim on and clean all this space up. That's the old stereo that we took out. This is where the reverse cam is going to go. So we've just put some tape there because there's some lights under here, and we just want to make sure that the glare is not too bad. So we're going to wait till night time before we screw it in. That is the awning and reverse cam installed. So that is off our list. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.